Sorry. I'm going to show you something that not even the 33-degree Freemasons know. If they do know it, they're hiding it from you. Let me pull over. Let me get over here and pull over, because what I'm going to show you is how there's another world hidden in plain view, and it's right here in our face. The reason we don't see it is because the flesh mind can't see it. The spirit mind can see it, but the flesh mind can't see it. The flesh mind's only worried about self. That's why it's FLESH. Eternal is H, self, selfishness. The flesh mind is all about me, selfish, you know. I'm going to show it to you real quick. It won't take me but a second. Give me a chance to pull over, because this is a perfect example. And you can do this across the board in any situation. As soon as I start to talk about it, this radio started making bizarre noise that I hadn't heard all day. And what's that about? Static. Because they don't want you to hear this. What I'm getting ready to tell you, and the devil knows what I'm getting ready to tell you. He don't even understand it, because he's fallen. The devil's like the anti-Flash. He's pure evil, but he thinks he's good. He thinks everybody else is evil like him. And God actually proves to him that by believing on Jesus, you become righteous. All right, so I got a piece of paper here. Watch this. Then you can do this across the board. Internal revenue service. And also, let's do the CIA, Central Intelligence Office. And let's just type in CIA. Now CIA is equal CAI. So they want to see into the flesh mind to pull you down into Babylon. So, okay, so here it is right here. Let me make sure you can see this. Internal Revenue Service, Central Intelligence Office. That's agency. That's really agency. Okay. There's two worlds hidden in plain view right here. Not only is it in the words, it's right here. It's right here. I showed you how you turn this over, it's like a ship. There's the captain of the ship that's upright. You want your ship to be upright. You don't want horizontal plane. You want upright plane. But it's right here. Two worlds hidden in plain view. And I'm going to show it to you. It's right here in your face. You know you can't see it, but I can. So there's the N. Turn, like T-U-R-N. A-L means like. Revenue is revenue. Serve ice. Serve ice. Now, internal. Turn you on the inside. To revenue you. To come back to a venue. To revenue. For what? Serve ice. What is ice? Ice is solid. To turn you into a solid person that understands this reality is about serving one another. Greatest among you is a servant. Now, what they try to do, see, they have to use God's system, spiritual system, but they want to turn it into the flesh, right? And so they want everybody fighting and complaining. the IRS, why do I have to pay my taxes? Why am I? But actually it's teaching you to give what, if you make you make 10, under 10,000, 10%, 20 some thousand, 12%, 40,000, 20%, something like that. So anyway, it's kind of like the government. The government's a business. It's all like cults. That's a cult. That's a cult. That's why it's a cube. It's a 666 cube. And so the Internal Revenue Service is to in turn like revenue. This is like an event. You keep going back to the same venue. Serve ICE. Now what is ICE? To make you solid in service in your internal person, to be like CE, which is love, spirit, agape, like Jesus, and it's a revenue. So every day you're recycling this, you're revenuing the same stuff. And so they have all these systems in place to make sure that you're being turned back to ICE. The archons. Now there's good archons, there's bad archons. And so the bad archons, they want you to see 666 on everything, the winged disc. Those following Jesus, which right now, in the tribulation, the angels will be preaching the gospel, but right now the church preaches the gospel. So the church right now is kind of like we're in his stead. So the church is teaching you how to serve one another. Should be. It's not about you, it's about Christ. And he had an example, washing feet and stuff like that. He was here to serve. Fellowship in the Spirit, right? CE is Spirit. So in turn, revenue, serve, ICE. What is ICE? It's solid. To move you to a mindset of solid. So the singularity, they talk about, what is the singularity event? Singularity is the mind of Christ. As you approach the mind of Christ, you approach singularity. What is the mind of Christ? Love your neighbors yourself. Serve one another. It's not about being greedy. It's about giving. Giving, it's not always about receiving. It's give and receive. It's reciprocal. Now, Central Intelligence Agency. C is CIA. So the CIA wants to see the CIA. The devil uses these systems to see into your flesh mind. So the CIA is looking to see your AI flesh mind. Now God uses his spirit. The 7 spirits of God go out into all the world to see whose heart's right by him. So God is looking at your heart. So you've got the flesh mind, and you got the devil's system, which is the flesh, and the flesh cuts the flesh, but the spirit sharpens the spirit. So the CIA is central, intel, GENCE. Intel. That goes back to the word internal. Intel. Central intel. What is your central motivation in life? Is it money? Is it greed? Is it selfishness? Is it lust? Is it pride? Is it murder? Is it hate? Is it revenge? Is it bitterness? Central. What is the central intel agent that you work by? The agency that you're functioning on. Are you functioning in the spirit walk? Are you functioning in the flesh walk? See the GEN, Genesis, see the CE, spirit walk? So the devil's trying to pull you into the flesh walk, and he's got agents trying to look into your heart and see what your weakness is. This is why the Freemasons and the Jesuits, they always send, and you saw this in the Bible where Samson, the military said, well, we can't defeat him, so we're going to send Delilah. So Delilah, they found his weakness, Delilah, right? So the Pharaoh, the Gentiles, the agents of Satan, the Freemasons, the Ma, sons, the Ma creatures, the M-A instead of the M-A-E creatures. The Ma creatures are trying to see what your weakness is to pull you down deeper into the pit, spiral down. So they'll compromise people like at Epstein Island, the pedophile thing. They're trying to compromise people and pull them down, and then that way they can blackmail them and all that stuff and control them. So it's slavery, it's bondage, it's Babylon. And so the devil uses his system to look at your internal to see what your weakness is, your Achilles heel. God uses the system to cut out the flesh mind. So God can use the devil's system to cut you. If you don't believe in serving one another, then the Internal Revenue Service, the CIA, they're going to cut you. They're going to give you a mirror image of your flesh mind, and it's going to hurt. And you're going to face off. If you have the Jezebel spirit, you're going to face off with the Jezebel. If you have a greedy spirit, there's going to be somebody more greedy than you. You saw what happened with Isaac, or was it Jacob? Jacob, I think it was, just supplanter. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Jacob, I think, means trickster. And God changed his name to Israel. So God changed his name from a trickster because he went and worked for his uncle, and his uncle kept him under the thumb for 7 years or whatever it was. And so he finally got free from his uncle, but he wrestled with God, and God hit his leg, and he ended up having a limp, right? So my point is, the whole system set up to see what your flesh mind is, see where your heart is, whether you're still in the flesh mind or in the spirit mind. The whole system set up to pull you down to the flesh mind, but God is using the system to pull you up. So what the devil meant for evil, God meant for good. So everything that's happening, if God is calling you out of Babylon, then you're going to be turned. You're going to revenue the same stuff you keep facing off with, whether it's greed or pride or whatever you're doing. And God's purpose is to move you into a solid mindset, the mind of Christ, into service, into his service. That truck right there, Wellburn Electric, he was friends with my dad, who's dead. But when I was a kid, they were working together doing tree service work. Now that guy got saved. And he's dead now too, but he created a business, and I guess his wife runs it. She's probably still alive, or his children, his sons, or whatever. So there's a Wellborn Electric. He got saved, and he created a business. My dad didn't get saved. He drank himself to death, heroin and drinking. He drunk himself to death. He's dead. He died at 50. That guy lived till he was about 65, 70, and he created a service company. I'm not saying he was perfect, because they were friends when they were young. He made a lot of mistakes, His wife stuck with him, though, through all the junk that he did. And so he created a business. He created a system to serve. My dad was just doing carpenter work to serve himself. He ended up getting in trouble and stuff with certain things he was doing. My point is, there's two paths right here in front of you. The winged disc of Babylon, the flesh mind, or the cross, taking up your cross and serve one another. There's two paths. Everywhere you look, it's hidden in plain view. It's in that object lesson I just showed you with that Wellborn Electric. It's in that building. It's on that letters. It's on that truck. It's right here. It's right here on this every image that you can look at out here in this holographic reality, this simulation, is the same storyline. ES, to be, and, which is union with the Spirit. That truck says ES and E. I don't even know what they do, but ES is to be. To be and means conjunction. To be in conjunction with the Spirit. So everywhere you look is the same truth. And there's two worlds hidden in plain view. That's what's going on. And so God is using the devil system to see where your flesh mind is. And he lets the devil see into your flesh mind so the devil can cut you. And some of his agents, the witches, the warlocks, the masons, the Jesuits, all the magician priest class, call no man father, call no man master, call no man rabbi. Those are the agents down here, the magician priest class, who want to see what your weakness is to pull you down further and make you a slave instead of being free. But the truth sets you free. You put the past behind you, you press on. See the letter E on that truck right there? E is spirit. And it's similar to the Superman colors, right? Because he's got the cape, and he's got the red cape, I think, and the yellow on his, and he does have blue, but that blue represents law. But God is moving you from the flesh creature to the Superman creature, walking in the spirit. That's what's going on. Two worlds hidden in plain view. I don't even know if they know that. They think, I think they think they're serving God. They think, okay, well, these people, everybody's evil. Everybody's got evil. So let's just let them have their fun, and they think they're doing good. And that's why they want to get rid of the Christians, because they think Christians are the ones causing divisions, because we say, hey, you must be born again. Sin is real. Sin brings death. They don't want to hear that,